Welcome to We Know Marketing, We Promise, a podcast where strategy meets conversation. We're Naoma and Kelsey, two agency owners who live and breathe branding and marketing. We're here to share real stories, smart strategies, and fresh ideas to help you build a brand that actually works. So grab a seat and your favorite drink and let's dive in. All right, we're back. Lead magnets. What's a lead magnet?
What's a lead magnet? Are you asking
Yeah, I mean, let's tell them what a lead magnet is.
Let's define it.
Let's define it because that's what we're going to talk about today.
A whole episode about it and you don't know what we're talking about. I was like, that's weird. A lead magnet is the thing that you are offering pretty much for free or at a very low rate to get people to sign up to your email list, is how I see it. Other people some people do webinars. I find those
as a lead magnet.
I find those so boring. But I'm not a video girl. Those may do.
I've never done a webinar.
Some people do webinars. Some people do guides. Some people do like a freebie resource tool. They're giving.
You're giving something away.
You're giving some sort of expertise away.
Yeah, so that they either book a call, sign up for an email list, start following your page. It depends on where they're at in the funnel.
Yeah.
So I would say like the brand awareness funnel at the very, very top. That's going to be a different magnet than at the conversion lower spot because I want them to book a discovery call if they're all the way down at the bottom of that funnel. And at the very top, I just want them to follow my content if it's something they're interested in.
Yeah.
And so
I think a lead magnet is really great, like in the middle. Like when we start really nurturing them, that's when the lead magnet is really
when you
good.
want to give them something free
and the reason
and get them to follow the email list.
Yeah, and the reason to do this is because you don't own your followers on social.
No.
You don't own those platforms. So if for some reason you get locked out of your account or your account gets banned or whatever, all of that is gone.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we're collecting data and having stuff on our turf. So your email list, that does not mean that you have to send out a weekly email, but you need to at least be collecting some sort of data or getting them to convert to a discovery call, something that you're getting their information for. So that if they're not a good fit right now, you can nurture them to be a good fit.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everyone's going to be at different stages of their business and they might not be able to afford your service today, but they might follow your email for a couple of years. And that's what's happened to me is they end up converting into a discovery call and a potential client. And they've aligned with me core values wise because they've read my content and they're like, oh yeah, this is what she's about. This is what's important to her. You know, here are the things that she's going to solve for me because I'm in a certain amount of pain.
Yeah. And
so, I think that's good. I think there's places, the language and like the definition of lead magnet is hard for me because it's the same reputation that sales has of just kind of just being a little bit icky. So like I've always just had this about lead magnets and a sales funnel that you set up and someone goes through the entire process and they, get hit with a freebie, they sign up and then they go down and they get your low ticket offer and then this and it's like.
We have a marketer who is anti the funnel.
I'm not anti, but they just, most of the time, they're not super authentic because you've probably hired someone to do them for you.
Yes.
That does not understand your brand and does not understand your brand voice. And so I think all of this comes out of the foundation of like, you have to be strategic with your brand and it has to match your brand.
Yes.
Or you're going to have a sales funnel set up and you turn on a bunch of ads and you start getting on all these discovery calls with people that you don't align with, you don't want to work with, they don't really want to work with you, or you sell them on something and they're not a good client and they churn really fast. And so that's the stuff I want to prevent.
Yeah.
And so it all has to go back to that foundation of like, are you being strategic? Are you using the right brand voice? Are the visuals aligning? And then I'm okay with the lead magnet.
Yeah.
But I just don't see them done super well. And so that's where like the red flag kind of goes up, I think, in my mind.
Okay, so I have a lead magnet and what I have is a quiz. And it's just a quiz to test how strong your brand is. That's it. You get the results, and then you get put on my email, like my weekly newsletter, where I'm just giving you content for free. It's not okay, thank you for downloading, going through the quiz, and now give me $20 and you'll get the results. Hate that.
Yeah.
Or if this limited time offer for 24 hours, it's instead of $79.99, it's $4. And I'm like, well, then why
I don't
was
like the
it
discount.
79?
Yeah.
So don't do that. It feels so cheesy. It feels so shopping channel.
Yeah, it's just kind of icky. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I mean, I have a lead magnet on my website for my email list if you want to sign up to be in my newsletter. And then I think if you book a discovery call, you're automatically added to the email list. And then there's another one too. So you don't necessarily always have the choice, but if you're signing up for a discovery call, you do get put in there. And I feel like that's kind of known.
Yeah.
I mean, if I sign up for something on a website, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be getting monthly updates from them. But I do think lead magnets are really powerful if they're used in that appropriate way. And then if you also have a journey you're taking them on, like we had even mentioned, I think in the last episode, you really need to outline what does that journey look like from lead magnet to conversion to onboarding.
Yeah.
All the way through offboarding, if we're being honest, because if you don't go all the way through the whole client journey, I don't know that you can do.
Well, you're not honoring your brand by doing that.
That's exactly right.
You're not honoring your brand if you're not thinking through the whole cycle of how somebody hears about you till they are finished working with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. The lead magnet, I hate the term, but they are beneficial. But find the one that's right for you, that feels authentic to your brand, and what's the thing that you're going to give away to collect that data.
I don't even have anything on mine right now, actually. I used to have like a audit checklist or something like that, but it felt too cheap for me. So I actually took that off, and now I just have a pop-up on my website. If you want to join the newsletter, you can. But I don't even have a lead magnet on there right now. I think
there comes a time where the lead magnet feels de-escalated for the level of business that you are.
Yeah.
But with that, yes, I agree with that. But I also think that at what point is it that you need to be collecting those emails, and how are you best servicing your followers? I think if you come in with the mindset of, I am servicing, I am offering value, I am here to help my followers, subscribers, whatever, it's a lot different than, hey, you need to buy from me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's people on my newsletter that have never purchased from me and may never purchase from me, and that's totally fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I also think that a lot of mine goes back to content, because they're going to get a lot of value if they follow the videos that we're posting and the content that I'm recording and putting out on the Stevie page. That is what, honestly, it draws a lot of people in. And that's what I'm noticing even for my clients. Video content's becoming this, I mean, if we just by definition, it's magnetic and bringing in leads that way. Like even an employee for one of the businesses we're working for, he's been sharing a lot of the posts that we've been doing, and we took over their social media about 60 days ago, and they started getting leads. They're starting to get leads from LinkedIn DMs on his account because he's just reshared what we've been posting. And so the power of the video content has almost become this like magnetic thing where leads are actually coming in that way. And so I almost feel like my value right now is with the content that I'm putting out in my newsletters and then also on social media. And so they either want more and they'll follow the newsletter, or they book a discovery call and, we run through if that's a good fit. And then it moves to strategy before they ever come into, retainer. So that's kind of like the journey that they go on. But it did feel cheap to just give them a checklist, for an audit or whatever. And I was like, I can't do that. It doesn't feel authentic to my brand anymore. And we're offering such a high level strategic plan for them that a checklist feels
That
ridiculous.
feels Stevie 2 years ago.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know what that looks like.
For you right now.
Correct.
Yeah. I will say this is where we talk about auditing your brand and auditing your marketing, is saying, okay, this doesn't feel authentic to who we are anymore. So that's when we need to be reevaluating those things. I used to have a checklist. I used to have
Yeah.
a workbook or whatever. And now it's really just a 10 question quiz.
Yeah.
And it goes more in depth of the branding. It's not just like, do your logos look good? It's,
Yeah.
does your whole team
Yeah. I
say the
almost feel
same
like
thing?
my Typeform is that now because they're filling out
Yeah.
really in-depth questions. And if they're serious about their social media, they're going to make it through those questions. And then they get access to my calendar where they can talk to me for 30 minutes. So maybe that's more of what the lead magnet is now.
That 100% is the lead magnet then.
Yeah. I didn't see it that way.
Yeah. You just need to be zapping that Typeform to your Flowdesk.
Yeah.
To
So
like
that,
get their email right
yeah.
in.
And anytime they're in my Typeform or my Calendly, it's zapping over to Flowdesk. And that's another thing. You guys have to have automation set up. Like if you're
Oh
going
my
to
gosh.
have a lead magnet on Typeform or wherever, you have to have automations so that you're not having to go in and manually download all of those subscribers and upload them to Flowdesk or MailChimp or whatever that's on. And are they ever going to hear from you again? Like they get on a discovery call with you, they fill out the
I have an answer because I love email.
yeah.
Who knew, right? I never would have thought of that. But I've been following these guys that are like pro email newsletter, and they say there's 7 emails that you need to send in a sequence. Not one day after another. Do not, and it's none of them are last chance final offer, but one is just a welcome. Hey, thanks for filling this out, or here's the results to your thing. The second one is a little about you, where you just leave it a little bit intriguing, but you are talking about, hey, this is Nuevo, this is what we're up to, this is what we do, this is who we help. That's it. Short, simple. And then it gets into the next one is about your services and how you help people that are like them.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like at the 3rd email. I don't remember the whole sequence, but there is they do a 7-layer sequence. I've nailed mine down to 4. So I say, hey, thanks. This is who I am. These are the services that we do. Here are some preconceived notions about branding. That's my 4th email. And then I just spits them into my newsletter.
That's what I was about to ask. Do you have them automatically go into the newsletter because you're sending those weekly,
No.
but then that drip of
It's overwhelming.
4, yeah,
No.
that would be way too much. I think they would unsubscribe.
Yeah, they would. So no, we have that, and then they get put into the weekly.
And that's if they take the quiz.
Yep.
Okay. So the quiz then leads them into that drip, and then they go into your normal weekly newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great journey.
So that's one. And then also when I do workshops or speaking events or anything like that, I always have hey, you can download this presentation. You can download, you can download this presentation for free. And usually I have it through my Typeform. So I'm still collecting their email.
That's great. So you have 2, but a different drip for that one?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, hey, here's this presentation. Thanks for coming to this. And then I do the about me, about
and you
our
set
services.
those up every time you do a new speaking event because it can't be the same plug and play.
But essentially, I just am usually just changing out that first email. And so I'm like, hey, this is about me. These are the services. And then usually instead of that, these are the preconceived notions or whatever. Usually I actually am asking for feedback on the presentation. So, hey, thank you so much for coming. We're always trying to improve. Would love some feedback on what was the takeaway, what you liked, what you did not like. And that just helps me get better at presenting.
Yeah, that's great. So if they're just starting their business out, what would you recommend that journey to look like?
I think it really depends on the industry and the business that you're in.
Of course.
But it is really what's going to be authentic to you and how you're trying to help people. I think start with the simplest way first.
Yeah.
So that can be developing a quiz, that can be a download freebie, a checklist, whatever that is, and then just start some sort of little drip. It doesn't have to be a full fleshed out one, but just something that you're staying top of mind, because there's like I don't remember the statistic right now, but there's a statistic of like if they downloaded something, they're probably not going to use it. That's why I'm kind of moving away from the guides and that kind of stuff. But a quiz, you're like, that's the result. Not really much you can do with that except improve that result.
It's true.
Right? So, I mean, I've downloaded so many guides, so many things, and then I never use them again.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind. But if you download something or you give your email something and then you don't email that person for months, they've forgotten about you, and then they get this email and they're like, I never signed up for this email, unsubscribe.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of important to have some sort of nurture sequence where it's like, hey, thank you for downloading this. This is me. Expect quarterly emails or whatever that sequence that you can handle is.
Yeah, I would say even before you get to that spot, if you are a service-based company that is doing discovery calls on Zoom or whatever, like they're booking a call with you, so you're getting their email, and don't leave them high and dry after that Zoom call. Like if they say no and it's not a good fit, like do something after. Like have some email post call going out. More importantly than even just like having a freebie and all of those things. Like I feel like the most important thing is that follow-up and that nurture after you've had a discovery call with them, even if they're not a good fit.
Yeah.
So important. And that was something I did not do well.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. Like doing this before the discovery call.
Oh, okay.
Like do this before they even talk to you.
Yeah.
So just to make sure that you're still collecting some sort of email address, because they may have self-selected and said, I'm not quite ready to work with Stevie right now, but I'm going to download their whatever, or, you know, or take their quiz or whatever. But I will still probably be like fine-tuned to what you're doing, and then I'll be like, okay, now I'm ready. So because the whole point is that when the customer is ready to purchase, there's no other competition that they're thinking of, because they've been so nurtured by you that they're like, I just have to work with Kelsey, or I just have to work with Naoma. Like there's not even let me go get quotes from other people or talk to other people. It's like, no, I've been like waiting to work with this person for years.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I do think like if you're growing a business, you're probably, especially in the newer stages, you're probably meeting people in person and, you know, telling them about what you do, and then you're booking a call with them and it might be on your cell phone. Make sure that like you're getting emails from everyone so that you can follow up and do something that makes them feel nurtured after, because otherwise you'll really never start an email list. And that's one of the best ways to start an email list is like go to a networking event, book some calls with people from there just to even hear about what their business is. And you're starting to acquire this network of people, which I think we underestimate the like importance of that.
Oh, that's the biggest driving point of a business is the network that you know. But I want to add a caveat to that is if you are getting business cards or you're collecting with somebody, that does not give you permission to put their email in your newsletter. They have to opt into that. That could be legal problems. So do not just automatically add their email into the newsletter without them even knowing or having filled anything out. AKA, if you got a business card, do not add it to your Flowdesk. With that being said, they need to book some sort of call. They need to fill out some sort of form. They need to say, I accept to be part of this newsletter.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. If you're on a discovery call with them or you do get on a call with them, ask. It's not bad to like, hey, I really enjoyed talking to you. Like, I have a monthly newsletter. Would you want me to add you to it?
Yeah. I do that, or I just have it in the Calendly. Hey, we send out a weekly newsletter. Do you want to be part of it? Yes or no?
Oh, okay. That's great.
And if they say no, I don't add you. If they say yes, I add you. Period. I mean,
that's easy. Yeah.
It's very... Make it self-select so that you are not getting into any sort of problem.
Yeah, because that doesn't feel good. Even if there's no legal issues.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel good.
But
there can
if you are getting their business card, you can email them from your email and say, hey, it was great meeting you.
Exactly.
Whatever. Just don't put it into your CRM platform like a Flowdesk, a MailChimp, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Okay.
Very helpful.
Go build your newsletter.
And lead magnet. Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap on this episode of We Know Marketing, We Promise. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your business bestie. Want more? Follow us for updates, behind the scenes, and plenty of marketing gems.